Have you ever spotted someone at the gym effortlessly hoisting massive weights and wondered, how in the world does he do that? What's his secret? The truth behind building real, jaw-dropping strength isn't what most people assume. It's not just about endlessly stacking more plates on the bar each week. The real secret lies in mastering fundamental, full-body movements that activate several muscle groups at once, challenging your body to its absolute limit and unlocking extraordinary strength gains. So in today's video, we're diving into 7 powerhouse exercises that will gradually turn you into a machine of raw strength. But before we jump in, do us a quick favor. Drop your name and the city you're watching from in the comments below. Exercise number 7, the deadlift. The deadlift has long been hailed as one of the kings of all strength-building movements, and for good reason. Few exercises demand the same level of total body involvement. This lift targets nearly your entire posterior chain, from your calves, hamstrings, and glutes to your spinal erectors, traps, and even your grip and forearms. Because it engages so many muscle groups at once, the deadlift triggers a massive hormonal response, boosting testosterone and growth hormone levels, 2 crucial drivers of muscle and strength development. But what truly makes the deadlift so transformative is how it teaches your body to move as a unified, coordinated system. When you pull that bar off the ground, you're not just lifting weight, you're mastering the transfer of power from your feet, through your legs and hips, all the way up to your back and arms. This movement pattern carries over to almost everything in daily life that involves force, from carrying groceries and lifting boxes to performing in sports or physical labor. When done consistently and correctly, the deadlift doesn't just build brute strength. It forges a resilient, rock-solid core and teaches your body how to stay stable under heavy load, something isolated exercises can never replicate. It creates the foundation for every other strength movement you'll perform in the gym. It's no exaggeration to say that incorporating regular deadlifts can completely revolutionize your entire strength potential. To perform it properly, stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and position the barbell directly over the middle of your feet. As you hinge at the hips to grip the bar, maintain a neutral spine, hips slightly higher than your knees, but below your shoulders. Initiate the lift by pushing your feet into the floor while keeping the bar close to your shins and thighs throughout the motion. Lock out at the top by fully extending your hips to engage your glutes. Exercise number 6, the barbell bench press. The bench press might just be the most famous lift in all of strength training. Whenever someone asks, how much can you lift? They're almost always talking about your bench press numbers. Beyond its reputation, this classic movement remains one of the best ways to build tremendous upper body strength, primarily targeting your chest, front shoulders, anterior deltoids, and triceps. The reason it's so effective for developing raw power is that it allows you to handle extremely heavy loads safely within a controlled movement pattern, much safer than most other upper body exercises, as long as you use proper form and spotters when necessary. This ability to work with high intensity is exactly what your body needs to stimulate maximum strength growth. To perform the bench press correctly, lie back on the bench with your feet firmly planted on the floor for full body stability. Your eyes should line up directly under the barbell in the rack. Grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Lower the bar slowly and with control until it lightly touches your chest around the nipple line. Then press it back up to the starting position while squeezing your chest. Keep your elbows at roughly a 45-degree angle from your torso to protect your shoulders and maximize power output. Among the most frequent mistakes during the bench press are overarching the lower back, failing to let the bar gently touch your chest, cutting the movement short and losing out on full muscle activation, lifting your hips off the bench to cheat the rep, or flaring your elbows excessively, which puts dangerous stress on the shoulder joints. One commonly overlooked yet vital detail of the bench press is scapular retraction, pulling your shoulder blades together and down before you begin the lift. This simple adjustment transforms your entire performance. It provides a firm and stable foundation to press from, protects the shoulder joints, and dramatically lowers the risk of long-term rotator cuff injuries.
As you continue progressing, incorporating variations such as the incline bench press, decline bench press, or adjusting grip width can help target specific weak points, stimulate new growth, and break through stubborn plateaus. Before moving on to exercise number 5, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Staying connected to reliable, science-backed training information is what ensures continuous progress and longevity in your strength and bodybuilding journey.
Exercise number 5, the military press. Few movements are as primal and empowering as pressing a heavy weight overhead. The military press, also known as the overhead press, is one of the most functional exercises you can perform. Mastering it translates directly into greater upper body power, shoulder stability, and explosive force across virtually every sport or daily activity. This exercise mainly targets the deltoid muscles, especially the front and middle heads, but it also heavily recruits the trapezius, triceps, serratus anterior, and even your core. Why the core? Because when you press a barbell overhead, your abs and lower back must work overtime to stabilize your entire spine and prevent you from toppling over. This full body demand is exactly what makes the military press such a powerful builder of functional strength. It doesn't just grow muscle, it develops structural integrity, stronger joints, more resilient tendons, and superior neuromuscular coordination. Athletes with a strong military press often display exceptional posture, solid shoulder health, and the ability to transfer power more efficiently in explosive actions, such as throwing, punching, or sprinting. To perform it properly, begin by standing with your feet shoulder width apart and the bar resting at your upper chest. Grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width. Before initiating the lift, engage your glutes and core tightly to stabilize your spine. As you press the bar upward, move your head slightly back so the bar can travel in a straight, vertical path. At the top, your arms should be fully extended and the bar should be aligned directly above your shoulders. Exercise number 4, the bent over row. The bent over row doesn't always get the attention it deserves. Many lifters obsess over pushing movements like the bench press or overhead press, yet neglect their pulling strength. But here's the truth. For every push you perform, there should be an equal and opposite pull if you want to build balanced, functional, and injury-resistant strength. The bent over row is one of the best exercises to develop pulling power, the ability to draw heavy objects toward your body with precision and control. It primarily targets the latissimus dorsi, trapezius, rhomboids, and teres major, while also heavily engaging the biceps, forearms, and core stabilizers. What makes this movement such a powerhouse for strength is its ability to apply progressive overload to your posterior chain, the entire backside of your body, using substantial weights. This intense, compound stimulation not only encourages muscle growth, but also trains your nervous system to recruit more muscle fibers at once, a critical component of explosive power development. To execute it properly, grip the barbell with hands about shoulder width apart using either an overhand or mixed grip. Bend your knees slightly, hinge forward at the hips, and keep your back flat at roughly a 45-degree angle. From this position, pull the barbell toward your lower abdomen while keeping your elbows close to your torso. Focus on squeezing your back muscles at the top of each rep before lowering the bar in a controlled motion. Always remember to control the descent of the bar. Don't just let gravity pull it down. Lower it slowly and deliberately, resisting the weight all the way through. This eccentric phase of the movement is where much of the muscle-building magic happens. Among the most frequent mistakes in the bent over row are turning the lift into a swinging motion instead of a strict pull, losing your neutral spine by either rounding or overarching your back, failing to bring the bar all the way to your abdomen, and letting your shoulders roll forward at the bottom of the movement. Another key detail many overlook is scapular retraction and depression. Before even bending your elbows, your shoulder blade should glide inward and downward toward your spine, forming a strong and stable base to pull from. This creates better engagement of the back muscles and keeps your shoulders safe throughout the motion. Exercise number 3, dips.
The parallel bar dip is often regarded as a more advanced, intensified version of the push-up, a movement that clearly separates the intermediate lifters from the truly advanced ones. At first glance, it seems simple. Just lower yourself between two bars and push back up. But when executed with strict form, it's a real test of upper body strength, shoulder stability, and body control. Even experienced athletes find it challenging when performed with perfect technique, and once you start adding extra weight, it becomes an elite-level strength builder. The power of dips comes from how they engage the entire pushing chain of the upper body. The lower chest, triceps, and front deltoids are the primary movers, but they don't work alone. The serratus anterior, core, and scapular stabilizers all kick in to keep your body steady throughout the range of motion. This blend of multiple muscles working in coordination produces an incredibly effective stimulus for building size, stability, and strength. Unlike machines that guide your path and balance for you, dips force your body to create its own stability. You're controlling your full body weight through space, requiring your muscles and nervous system to cooperate perfectly. This demand for self-stabilization is what makes dips so valuable. They train not only strength, but also balance, coordination, and muscular control. To perform them correctly, begin by holding yourself above the bars with your arms fully extended, torso upright, and a slight forward lean of about 15 degrees to place more emphasis on the chest. From this position, lower yourself by bending your elbows until your shoulders drop just below your elbows, forming a 90-degree angle. Keep your elbows tucked close to your sides throughout the movement. Then push yourself upward, extending your arms completely while squeezing your triceps hard at the top. Common mistakes include using partial range of motion, swinging your body to gain momentum, shrugging your shoulders toward your ears, losing scapular stability, or flaring your elbows excessively outward. The controlled descent is especially important. Many lifters simply let their body drop, missing out on the eccentric strength-building phase.
Once you've mastered dips with your own body weight, you can increase resistance by using a dip belt, holding a dumbbell between your legs, or placing a weight plate on your lap. When performed correctly and progressively overloaded, dips are one of the most efficient and rewarding exercises for developing raw upper body pushing power. Exercise number 2, the pull-up. The pull-up is often considered the ultimate test of true, functional upper body strength. There's something deeply primal about pulling your body weight upward against gravity, a movement rooted in human survival itself. Long before gyms existed, our ancestors relied on this same motion to climb, escape danger, and survive in the wild. It's no wonder that military and elite special forces worldwide still include pull-ups as a core strength and endurance benchmark. What makes the pull-up such a powerhouse for strength development is its compound nature. It engages nearly every muscle in your upper posterior chain, primarily the latissimus dorsi, but also the biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis, rhomboids, teres major, and the middle and lower trapezius, along with the forearms that maintain a crushing grip. This wide range of muscle activation creates not just size, but exceptional pulling coordination and real-world functional strength. To perform it properly, grasp the bar slightly wider than shoulder width with an overhand grip, palms facing away. Begin with your arms fully extended and your shoulders actively retracted. Don't hang passively. As you pull yourself upward, focus on driving your elbows down and back, not merely curling your arms. This engages your lats far more effectively. The movement is complete once your chin clears the bar, marking the peak contraction of your upper back and arms. Always control the descent. Resist gravity instead of just letting your body drop. This slow, deliberate lowering phase is where true strength is built. And let me say this up front. To perform clean, efficient pull-ups, you need excellent scapular control. Before you even bend your elbows, start by activating your back muscles. Pull your shoulder blades down and back, away from your ears. This initial shoulder depression sets a strong, stable base, allowing your latissimus dorsi to engage more deeply right from the beginning of the movement. Among the most common mistakes are using momentum by swinging your legs, failing to reach a full range of motion both at the top and bottom, elevating your shoulders toward your ears, and neglecting to keep your core tight throughout the exercise. A complete range of motion is absolutely vital,
Many lifters fail to fully extend their arms at the bottom, missing one of the most important parts of the movement, the deep stretch phase that maximizes back muscle activation and long-term strength development.
Exercise number 1, the squat. The squat is often hailed as the king of all exercises, and that title is well-deserved. It's the very definition of a functional movement, mimicking actions we perform every single day. The squat primarily targets the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, but it also calls upon the adductors, abductors, spinal erectors, and core muscles, while your upper body works isometrically to stabilize the barbell. Because of this massive muscle involvement, squats create one of the most powerful anabolic responses in the body, boosting natural testosterone and growth hormone production, the two key hormones behind total body strength development. What truly sets the squat apart is its ability to let you lift extremely heavy loads in a relatively safe and biomechanically efficient position, if done correctly. This combination of high load and large muscle recruitment produces an enormous amount of mechanical tension, which sends your body one clear message: adapt or stay weak. And since your body's instinct is survival, it adapts by growing stronger, tougher, and more powerful. To perform a proper squat, rest the barbell securely across your trapezius muscles, not on your neck. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart or slightly wider, with your toes turned out just a bit for balance. Initiate the movement by bending at the hips and knees simultaneously, keeping your chest tall and your spine neutral. Descend in a controlled motion until your hips drop below knee level, then push through your heels to drive yourself back up to the starting position. Throughout the movement, your knees should track in line with your toes, preventing inward collapse. Be aware of the most frequent squat mistakes: not reaching proper depth, allowing your knees to cave in, lifting your heels off the ground, leaning too far forward, or overarching your lower back. Each of these errors not only reduces the effectiveness of the exercise, but also increases your risk of injury, especially when working with heavy loads. Proper form is the key that unlocks both strength and safety. Before we wrap up, here's a crucial reminder. No matter how perfect your form or how disciplined your training, your ability to build real strength will always depend on your hormonal balance. If your testosterone levels are low, your progress will be severely limited. That's it for today. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new workouts and tips. Let's keep getting stronger together. See you in the next video.